So, good morning, good evening, and good late evening for all of you. So, in general, I can say that good day for all. So, welcome all of you to the Life Skill Studio Human Happiness servers for today's session. Then today we have our guest of honor, Mr. Ricardo Arzuaga Chefs, the Executive Director of Puerto Rico Chapter, UNA USA. Brief about Mr. Ricardo. For the last 25 years, Mr. Ricardo has been the executive director of the Puerto Rico chapter of the United Nations Association of the United States of America. It's a program of United Nations Foundation. So as such, Mr. Ricardo has a responsibility for establishing the collaborations to promote, integrate, measure, and finance the sustainable development goals in Puerto Rico across all the sectors of society, namely we can say the government, academia, business, and a non-governmental organization. He has a liberal arts bachelor's degree with a concentration in the government and law from the Bentley University of Witham, Manchester. So on behalf of all of us, I welcome you, Sir Ricardo, to this session. So now let us move on to our session. So prior getting into the session, I'll let remind all of you that the session duration for each presentation is 9 minutes. So I humbly request all the presenters to stick on to the specified time duration, please, so that we can move ahead in a very easy way. So let's move on to our first level. So now I would love to request Mr. Vatsala Devi Subramaniam from Malaysia to take over the floor. So madam, please take over the floor. The floor is yours.
Thank you to Mr. Selva. I would like to share my screen first. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you. A very good evening to our guest of honor, Mr. Ricardo Arzuaga Chef, Executive Director of the Puerto Rico chapter, Mr. Pramod, the founder of Life Skill Studio, Ms. Nirmala, the project coordinator of Malaysia, dear fellow educators and lovable ambassadors. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Ms. Vatsala Devi. I have been in teaching field for the past 10 years and have been teaching English for past 4 years. I and my ambassadors hail from SJKT Kangkapulai, a school that was founded back in 1957, and it is still standing tall and proud till this day. The school currently boasts about 686 students and 49 teachers. Our school has earned several prestigious titles such as Trust School, Cluster School, and recently was selected as a showcase school for high thinking order skills. As a cluster school, we excel in the field of science and robotics. There are a total of 11 ambassadors ranging from 8 till 18 years old that have traveled with me in this journey around the globe virtually till today. I will proudly say that the kids well presented our school, state, and nation. They absolutely nailed and did a great job. I'm proud to have them. Even though I joined this program 2 weeks late, however, my team were able to beat time and complete all the projects, tasks, and the global PALS connections several times. This all goes to my ambassadors. They were active, highly time-oriented, and loved all the tasks in this program. Once the program kick-started, I noticed many things from my kids. Not only were they soaring high, they were inspired. They shared that positivity, that happy vibe with their surroundings and loved ones. Their parents and siblings also saw this and agreed wholeheartedly with it. Next, the aim and objective that led us here to this platform were to exchange and spread the happiness. The art of giving means to truly give from the heart without any expectation of return. Joy of giving is one of the best means to spread happiness. Giving others and sharing makes someone's life better, through which we bring smile on someone's face, which leads to happiness. Next was to recharge our creativity skills. Recharging our creativity was the process of bringing something new into our being. And the Human Happiness Program lent not only a big but a great hand in it. Creativity requires passion and commitment. It brings to our awareness that was previously hidden and point to new life. First and the foremost reason was to present the ambassadors' amazing ideas and work in the global platform. The students' idea wasn't just spread to people, it was spread and shared globally. Second, it was to expand knowledge and culture. Being given an enormous and amazing platform, we just had to share the uniqueness, the traditions, and the culture, views, landmarks, and food in our states and our nation. At the same time, also, we got to cherish and learn a lot about ourselves, our origin, our independence, and our culture. Another reason was because we can learn beyond our field of interest and expand it. Through the Human Happiness Program, I got to know so many learning platforms that were provided virtually, especially from the fellow educators. Through that, I obtained the opportunity to upgrade and elevate myself. For example, I was introduced to a hybrid learning classroom, the Microsoft Educator platform, and have earned several badges after completing specific courses. Lastly, the aim was to join this program as it was a door of opportunity for other global programs, platforms, and projects. Via this program, I have got room to menu to other global projects and events. I'm even currently co-piloting one now. Needless to say, many tasks were given every day and the kids accomplished and ticked it off their bucket list in the most creative or fun way. Firstly, there was happiest moment of the day activity. The ambassadors captured their main happier moments of their day and even small details shared it on Flipgrid and Wakelet continuously for a week. They told that it was fun recording every day, felt that writing on a diary was awesome, and saw their diaries as precious belongings and memories to themselves. I found it moving. So what I did was I applied the same thing in my classroom. My children were instructed to share one happy moment from their day before start the lesson. It was just priceless. It helped me realize that sometimes we will never know the true value of the moment until it becomes a memory. Next was the My Mother in Action task. In this activity, not only did ambassadors wrote and shared about their loving mother, every little details about them. Their mothers were moved and touched. Even one of them teared up and thanked me. So mothers and daughters together are a powerful force be reckoned with. Now, kindness makes us the most beautiful person in the world, no matter what we look like. And our ambassadors express that point through showing how it applies in their daily lives by sharing with us. I see it as a perfect time for my ambassadors to get a kindness boost, especially after the pandemic washed over us. In the end, they learned that acts of Kindness doesn't have to take time or money. The smallest acts are often the most impactful and sustainable over time, teaching great habits to them. The SDG 5 task. I can't express how significant and indispensable this task was for them. I couldn't thank enough. Ambassadors learned how to collect data and do a survey about a specific topic and learn about its importance in the society. From a family to government rule and the international policies, they got the experience to learn about a wide topic. As an educator, facilitator, and a mother, I am glad that they are aware about gender equality. Because if kids pursue or learn something seems small, they are even more aware about gender-based rules and policies in various sectors and in current situations. Lastly, the happy heart task. So ambassadors mastered making origami heart perfectly in different sizes. They got to express their positive and happy feelings from their inner self and mind on a piece of paper. Actually, the modern origami is seems as a popular art for the kids to develop patience and special skills as well as enhance memory concentration. Not only did this task matters step an extra mile in showing our positiveness, it also helped play a big impact on the ambassadors and their family. Even after the session ended, their family exactly the same and exchange it between themselves. They saw it as an precious gift. Even after a week on my birthday, I received many origami arts from my ambassadors and students as gift. This program doesn't just connect me and my ambassadors, but also the colleague, the other teachers and students. Here are some fellow teachers and parents take on the impact of the program. Here is what our school's headmistress had to say. Human Happiness is a great project that made students learn many life skills. I astonished to see such an effort. Awesome presentations made by the students through the Global Pulse connections. Next, teacher Comedy. She is our school's most award-winning teacher. She said, networks make it easier to create a good new school or transform an existing school. As a result, global networks will play an increasingly important role in bringing quality to scale. These are what I have seen through the Human Happiness Program. I wish the team good luck in all your future endeavors. Lastly, here is what one of my ambassador's parents has to say. It was an absolute opportunity for the kid to travel around the world and exchange cultures and values through digital platforms. The students upgraded to soft skills, communication skills, besides they developed their self-confidence in the global platform. I would like to thank Teacher Watzlaw for the great effort in involving this platform and giving this chance for my son. Things that I will hear after the program. To put in a nutshell, I always share happiness and love in my school environment among the colleagues and the students. And I also co-pilot and travel together in global projects. Get involved in organizing international programs. Increase the usage of Flipgrid, Wakelet, and Padlet. Recreate school-level happiness and kindness projects. What I have learned. To change for the better me and realize that I don't need to change my life or move to another continent. The little everyday things are what makes all the difference. As an educator and facilitator, I identified the essential skills to be happiness coach to my ambassadors and students. What ambassadors have gained? They discovered heritage of several countries and their authentic they discovered heritage of several countries and their authentic local food and culture, gained their life skills and ICT skills. They also learned to be a creative data analyst, content creator, moderator, and presenter in the global platform. My presentation is not complete without thanking the good souls that inspired me to be inspired. Firstly, I would like to thanking Mr. Pramod for giving us an amazing global platform to join and enhance ourselves with a lot of love, knowledge, and experience within a significant time frame. Thanks to Ms. Nirmala for guiding me and my team throughout this beautiful journey. I would like to thank Mr. Ruben, Inspire.my, for giving a chance to make my comeback after my health issues watched over me. Furthermore, I would like to thank my lovable friends, Miss Winnie from Taiwan and Miss Swadiji from India, for being with me throughout all the hurdles in the global platforms till today. Last but not least, I would like to thank my students' parents who were the backbone in giving hand in all the activities. They were sporting and impressive. Happiness comes now and then. We cannot be sure just when, but when it's there, enjoy each hour because human happiness has such power. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Valsala Devi, for the excellent wordings and experience you shared with us, especially the things. Sharing is the caring, that is a fact, and exchanging of happiness and kindness to the people, and knowing and extending the tradition, culture, and knowledge to globally. And obviously, we all have got a good chance now to globally get connected with the things. So once again, thank you, Valsala Devi, for an excellent experience sharing with us. And thank you once again. So here, let's move on to our next session. So now I would like to request Mr. Tatiana Silveson and students from Inclusive Education School, Romania. Ms. Tatiana Silveson, the floor is yours. Are you there?
Mr. Selvam, I can't see her in the waiting.
Okay. Okay. So we'll move on to the next, and when she joins, then we can go ahead. No? Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to our next presenter. Now I would like to request teacher Taureria Harabi from Tunisia to present upon. So please, once again, reminding to keep the timing for 9 minutes. So Taureria Harabi, please take over the floor. Are you there?
I think she is also not there.
Okay. Okay, then let's move on to the next. So when they join, maybe technical difficulty. So when they join, we can go ahead. So now I would like to request Dr. Deepti Trivedi from NG International School, India, to present upon. So Dr. Deepti, the floor is yours.
In fact, daughter of Dr. Deepti Trivedi, Dhatri Trivedi, she is going to present.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes.
So Dhatri Trivedi.
Dhatri, are you there? She is there.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yes, Dhatri, welcome. So the floor is yours. You can start.
Sir, may I share my screen?
Of course. Pramod, we have to make her on presenter, no?
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, now it is visible. Yeah, it's visible. You can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening to one and all present over here. And I would like to give special thanks to the guest of honor, Ricardo sir, who took their precious time to join with us. Human Happiness, an initiative to spread around the world happiness with under described 17 SDGs by United Nations. Agenda of the meet. I would introduce myself, then the highlights of the activities that I enjoyed during the project, outcomes of the activities, credits, and at last but not the least, the question answers. Hello everybody, my name is Dhatri Trivedi and I am currently pursuing 12th Science with Biology group. My hobbies are reading, writing, singing, dancing and learning new languages. I am an artistic kind of person who tries to find creativity in everything. I also like to learn other co-curricular activities like music and dance. I am currently learning Indian classical music and Indian classical dance known as Bharatnatyam. My free time is writing my own creative poems and I am learning French language as well. I would like to aspire to become a better person, grounded to the earth, a writer and a nuclear medicine technologist. Highlights of the activities that I enjoyed during the Human Happiness project. Helping everyone in the house as well as in the society members and helping my mom in household chores and taking care of my grandparents and helping in their tasks. I also participated in the student discussion board on the significance of education by doing a survey about out of school children who are either school dropouts or did not get the chance to school. Everybody wants to keep smiling and live a healthy life. So for that, we did activities about sound mind and soul where with help of my family members, I did yoga, meditation and exercises which helped me to stay fit and help in increasing my concentration and focus. It also aided me in boosting my study skills. Last but not the least, I attended the workshop of Minecraft with Namya Joshi and afterwards I made my own world in Minecraft with a person named Devarshi Pandya. I loved the seminar very much. It helped me learn many more different things about the game. I also did a survey about the water resources found in my country with the facilitators and ambassadors of the Malaysia in the in Global PAL Connection. There were so many water resources which I did a survey was the Sun Temple with Surya Kund, Modera which is located north of Gujarat, the Ranki Vav which is located in Patan and Sanmista Lake which is located in Vadnagar. Actually Vadnagar is the hometown of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Outcomes of the activities. There are a lot of outcomes that can be discussed. I spent an hour every day in doing prayers and meditation. I like to keep my house neat and clean and well organized. As it is said, cleanliness is next to godliness. So and in this corona pandemic, everyone should keep their surroundings clean. So I would like to everybody to say that spend only half an hour to make a plan to how to have a well organized life. I also water plants every day and serve food for birds in the bird's jar. I am a nature lover, so as I have taken biology, I have more love towards plants, so I water them every day and take care of birds also. Every Sunday, I went to my by shelter home to donate books and stationery to the kids who cannot afford all this, to help them in studying and making them a better citizens for the country. I also like to donate other things like uh, uh, blankets, pillows, so that they can sleep and have a better life for the country. Credits. I would like to give special thanks to my facilitator, Mrs. Dipti Trivedi and Pramod Thube sir, for giving me such a big opportunity. I would like to also give special thanks to my school members who helped me in giving me motivation and also escorting me for such a big chance. This is all about me, and now if you have some questions you can ask me. So my presentation is done.
Okay, sorry, I was in mute not talking. So thank you, Dhatri Trivedi, for the wonderful and inspiring speech on your experience. And some of the major thing I really liked what you shared is the share and gain of experience and knowledge. And of course, that is the major thing for a person to grow up mentally. And health is wealth is a fact, because a healthy body will have a healthy mind too. Then water, you have mentioned about the glimpses of water, and the essentiality of the water for the existence of life on earth is a major fact too. So even now we are exploring in the outer spaces. First of all, we are searching for the water, the presence of water only, rather than any other things in the outer space too. And yet another thing, what you have mentioned about the better person down to earth. Yes, of course. How much we are down to earth, that much our betterment, and we will be helping others, and that will improve the whole humanity. So thank you, Dhatri Trivedi, once again for a wonderful sharing of your experience, and thank you once again. So let's move on to our next presenter. Now, may I request teacher Besam Ramoni from Tunisia to take over the presentation?
Dhatri, could you please stop sharing the screen?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 minute. नीचे नहीं था तू मेरा नहीं था तू नहीं था तू तो बड़ी मेरा फुल स्क्रीन नहीं था तू
Okay, Dhatri, I will remove you from the meeting and you can rejoin. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I request teacher Besam Ramoni, please take over the floor.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yeah, it's audible. Please.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So I will proceed to sharing my screen.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you see
visible.
it?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So if you want, you can make it full screen.
Yeah, thank you very much. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to start, of course, with the introducing our school. So we are from Tunisia. Our school is named Twirp School, and I would like to start before that by introducing myself to you. I am Bassem Rahmouni. I am an English language teacher from Tunisia. I'm an MA expert and I am ambassador of several platforms. Actually, now I teach in Twirp, a secondary school in El Caire, which is city in the north of the country. And if you are wondering where is Tunisia, so for those who do not know our country, so our country is in the north of Africa. It's part of African countries. Our school is situated just at the north of the country. It's not that big. It has got only 200 students. We've got different activities that we practice in our school. We embrace the innovative teaching methods, me and my colleagues there. And this is a great opportunity for us to discover, and for our school and our students to discover such activities that Mr. Pramod and the group of facilitators and the friends and educators all over the world who participated in this great opportunity of Human Happiness Project. I will move on to the next slide, where I am going to talk about the main activity that our students, or my students, took part. So they actually took part in different activities, but for the reason of lockdown and the schools were closed from time to time, so we didn't have that time together to share and to work together to come up with something good. But thank God, finally we've got time to concentrate on one project or one activity, which is the Mother's Day activity, or the Women in Action, that they've really enjoyed and they liked that very much. It was for some of them, it was the first time, so they took part in that activity, and they were all happy and all enthusiastic with different activities. Some of them were totally introduced, totally new to technology, and it was an opportunity for them to use technology and to record videos using the Flipgrid platform of Microsoft, and to share with their friends and with their colleagues from all over the world. They were very happy, and it was very motivating to see themselves there with thousands and thousands of videos where they can share and discover some other stories of other mothers all over the world. So they liked that very much, and I enjoyed that too, because I will talk about later maybe about that. The outcomes was really, really a very insightful activity. They recorded themselves, as everybody knows, they recorded themselves talking about the mothers, and they talked about they were given the opportunity to express their opinions or their feelings that now sometimes technology is taking us away from our families, and it was a very good opportunity for them to stop and think about that woman that means a lot in our life, which is the mother, and to express their opinions, because we need to express our opinions, and they needed that. They needed to say, "Mom, I love you," and each one has got his own ways to express that for the mothers. I really like that, and they think it's something very, very touching, and when it comes to feelings. Again, they were given the opportunity to talk about that person who is very important in their lives, and to show and to pay her tribute for the different sacrifices that she made for them. It was really very, let's say, touching for them, and they were really talking in their videos. And when they uploaded the videos, they come and they say, "Hey, see my video," and they share their videos, and they also go through the different videos uploaded by other students from all over the world, and they try to find out how other people think about their mothers and their relationship with them. It was really a very important and very I think it is to the point to think about such an activity and about such a way to express one's opinion or one's feelings about the family and about the mother. Okay, so after that, we come up with a lot of smiling faces, and the emotions were really, really at the top, because you can see in the eyes of the students that they are really, really happy to talk about their mothers, to talk about their activities, and to transfer those feelings to others in other places. I think they loved that very much, and they told me, sir, where is there any other activity? Is there any other thing that we can do? And they were trying to compete between themselves and to beat themselves sometimes by uploading. Sometimes this is, so can I upload another video? I think that I've got some new ideas, and you know, this are like that, and it is very, very interesting when it comes to activities like this, because it teaches them to love their friends, to love their family, to love each one that gives them from their hearts, and that gives them that piece of love that everyone needs in this world. So that's what they like very, very much about that. Okay, what about the outcomes? I think that the most important thing about this activity is the different outcomes that it ended up with. So it has got so many impacts on my students. First, and because I always urge my students to use technology in the class, especially when it comes to new platforms, or to Microsoft platforms, or to different platforms. Like, so here in this activity, they use both Wakelet and Flipgrid. They were really very happy about that, and they were really happy to discover and harness the technology to serve certain objectives. And here I thank again Mr. Pramod for this, for his way of taking students to use the technology in such times of COVID-19 crisis, where technology is now very, very important, and everyone has got to master technology. Again, they use it on English outside the classroom, and this is something very interesting for me, because as an English teacher, I want my students to practice their language and try to discover new things about it. And it was an opportunity for them to search for new words, to search for the pronunciation of some words. And that was something very important for me. So they were using English outside of the class, at home with their mothers. Again, they were part of this globe. They were part of this world by sharing their videos of their mothers with other students from other countries. And that was a very important opportunity for them to discover other people experiences, to discover about other countries, and grow as a global citizens. Again, it is, as I mentioned, a very important opportunity to express themselves and to talk openly. And this is something very important, because some students are a bit reluctant when it comes to expressing their feelings. And this was a great opportunity for the shy students. They can express their opinions, since they are alone at home with their mothers. So there they can talk, they can express themselves more openly. Again, it teaches them to be proud about their identity, about their origins, about that family where they were, where they first saw light. So they are going to express their proud of being of belonging to that family. And of course, the most important one is that they pay tribute to that person, to the mother, who sacrifices so many things for them. And this teaches them to pay tribute to other people, like teachers, like friends. So this is very good and very impactful, let's say, human activity. Okay, so this wouldn't have been possible without my lively students. Since they were not here, I'm just trying to mention their enthusiasm about this activity. They love this activity. They were really, really, really enthusiastic. It was the first time for them to use the Flipgrid, but they were woo. They were great. They come up with so many videos, and they wanted to. There was some sort of competition between them. They were competing. Each one wants to get a better video than the others. It was really, really thanks to them to have such activity with lots of videos, and some of them I have uploaded more than one video, because they wanted to do something even better than the first one. Everything goes this way thanks to Mr. Pramod Thube, who is the organizer and who is the person who had that, let's say, idea of getting students into such activities. It's not only this activity I talked about, the mother's activity, but I can see that there are hundreds of activities that went through during this project. I would like to thank him. I would like to say you are great, because it's not easy to organize such a thing, such a wide range of people who were there, hundreds of facilitators, hundreds of ambassadors, hundreds of educators. I can say thousands of students were here, and it's not that easy to manage all this and to be on time and to be well organized. I thank you very much for that. Again, the activities were almost every aspect of educational, and since I'm a teacher, I'm trying to point out that this helps a lot when it comes to project-based learning, when it comes to psychological teaching, when it comes to different intelligences. So there are so many things that I would like to mention about that, but for time limitations. Mrs. Nirmala, also, I would like to thank her very much. Why? Because she is the person who told me about this project, and it's thanks to her that I am here today. And it's my students say, Mrs. Nirmala, we did a Skype with her, and they remember they were really very happy about that, to see that face again. I would like to thank you very much, all the ambassadors, all the facilitators, all the educators, and all the guests of honor. I would like to thank you very much for your efforts, for your work, and for your dedication to this project. Thank you very much. And if there are any questions.
So anybody is having any question to clarify, to ask? Okay. So I think it was a very clear message you have passed. So thank you, Teacher Besam Ramoni, for a delightful presentation, and you have shown a very clear roadmap of the learning procedure, what you have, you and students have achieved through this program. And very catching thing is that the mother in action through the 21st century learning skills, like with the Wakelet and Flipgrids, so that the students will be gaining more knowledge and will be having more interest, and creativity also will be coming. And obviously they paid the tribute to the mothers, learning language, and obviously they are changing to a global citizen level by sharing and gaining the knowledge with all over the world. That is one of the best opportunity under the negative impact of the COVID we are getting it. So ultimately, learning by doing is the mantra. So that's what you have achieved. That is very happy to hear and happy to see that. So once again, thank you for the excellent and delightful presentation. So now let's move on to our next presenter. So now I would like to request teacher Veronica Leticia and students from Julian Carrillo School, Mexico, to take over the presentation. So teacher Veronica, the floor is yours.
I'm gonna translate Veronica, and it's because it's part of the project together we have, and I will appreciate it.
Okay.
He will start in a few minutes. There's gonna be a Spanish and English.
¿Listas? Buenos días, Dana y Kenia. Empezamos, Kenia, adelante.
Let's go start. Kenia is gonna start first. Kenia is the students for Julián Carrillo Elementary and San Luis Potosí, Mexico.
Buen día, mi nombre es Kenia Alejandra Díaz Ortiz, de 5º grado.
My name is Kenia Alejandra, and I'm in 1st grade elementary school.
De la escuela primaria Julián Carrillo, San Luis, País, México.
De la escuela, de school, elementary school, Julián Carrillo, San Luis Potosí, Mexico. You can continue, Dana.
Tengo 10 años y soy una niña muy creativa.
I have a 10-year-old and I'm very creative girl. Just I like to enjoy experience and trips and writing, drawing, singing, and always all the time I see the positive things in life. ¿Puedes continuar, Tania?
Y disfrutar al máximo mis experiencias como viajar, leer, dibujar.
I think she has a little difficulties with the technology. The next is what made me happy.
A mí lo que me hace más feliz es crear, imaginar, dibujar mandalas, porque es una forma de crear lo que siento. También estar con mi familia y con el perrito Charlie, porque son lo más valioso de mi vida.
I feel so happy to creating, imagine, and enjoy the mandalas because it's the way I can create by myself, and I love my family, my little dog Charlie, and it's the most valuable things in my life. My family is beautiful.
A mí
Meditación, okay.
la practico antes de empezar mis actividades escolares.
I like to enjoy yoga, and I practice this before start my school activities.
Hambre cero. Para mí es importante reflexionar en este dibujo la importancia de lograr una manera de acabar con el hambre. Es promover la agricultura. Un ejemplo, un huerto en casa y tomo conciencia que hay muy pocos lugares para sembrar o cultivar. Por eso mi dibujo reflejó una enseñanza de nuestros antepasados como nuestros abuelos o abuelas o bisabuelos o bisabuelos.
This is my drawing, and this about how avoid the hunger in the world. And I did this because I find some places in the world, and I that one in the beginning they support my ancestors and family. Is avoid zero hunger in the world.
Felicidad sustentable, huertos. A mí también las plantas nos brindan sin ellas y los árboles
This is sustainable happiness, and I made my own garden at home with plants and trees.
Mis resultados. Agradezco de haber sido parte de este proyecto. Nunca pensé conocer a personas tan maravillosas de otros países como ustedes. Yo he aprendido a valorar más nuestro planeta con estas actividades que realizamos con su apoyo. También me siento más segura de mí misma porque han apreciado mis trabajos. Muchas gracias.
My results. I feel very thankful with this project because I meet a lot of wonderful people around the world like you guys. I'm learned to value my planning with these activities, and I feel more confident and appreciate all my things I do with my work. My confidence is very high now.
fueron que aprendí que meditar ayuda utilizo antes de empezar mis actividades escolares.
The results I have, they say, I feel so happy and relaxed with my first experience to me after practice the workshops. I feel I start my school activities. Have my garden, I feel conscious that it's very important to preserve the human life.
Por todos los talleres que nos dieron.
Yo agradezco en nombre de las niñas. En la situación que tenemos ahorita en México es muy complicado el poder habernos comunicado y poder realizado las actividades. Tuvimos que adaptarlas de acuerdo a nuestras posibilidades, pero agradecemos a todos ustedes esta oportunidad porque se nos abrieron muchas puertas. Gracias.
I feel so thankful and thankful for my students, because in Mexico we have hard time with the technologies, and we try to do our best according with our possibilities. And thank you so much for your patience. You need to add something else, Verónica? ¿Quieres agregar algo más, Verónica?
Sería todo. La siguiente sería mi presentación, pero falta una persona más, así que cedemos los micrófonos. Gracias.
¿Vas a conceder los micrófonos a ellos?
Sí, hay otra persona antes de mí.
Oh, she's going to present other student, and we're going to start with her. Her name is, ¿cuál es su nombre?
No sé, es el número 7, la presentación número 7, toca la presentación número 7.
Ok, ¿vas a presentar algo tú, Vero?
No, es dentro del programa, sigue otra persona.
Oh, okay. She said, thank you so much, and she done with this. I don't know if you're going to continue with the presentation, the hoster.
Okay, so thank you, Veronica. And thanks for the translation too. So it's a wonderful, meaningful work done by the students. And it is very evident that happiness have no language barrier. And also with the technology, we can cross with the geographical boundaries. That's what now we are here together. So another good thing I have noticed is that in this, the mingling of students with the family and society, which makes them more learning and development in their knowledge as well as the mental development thing. So once again, thank you, teacher Veronica and students for an excellent and a meaningful presentation. So now, yes.
Selvam,
yes.
I just need to say a few words.
Yes, please.
May I?
Yeah, please.
Veronica is having her own presentation after the one next.
Yeah,
the next presentation, her own presentation is there. Just let us know whether she's going to present or not. Could you please do that? Translate for her, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, but can you repeat the last part? I can understand you.
Okay, her presentation is there. Now it was her student's presentation. She has also nominated herself as a individual presenter. So after the next presentation, her presentation is there. So is she going to present? Just ask her.
Verónica, que después de esta presentación, del speaker va a haber otra presentación que si vas a estar presente, claro. Yes, she said yes.
Okay. It means that you will be there, because I need to tell her something that she will not understand unless you are there. So if she wouldn't have been there for the next presentation, I would have said it right now. Okay, I'll please be there till the end, so that you can translate whatever we say to her. I just want to, express my gratitude towards her, nothing else.
Okay, I will be here for her, please. We will be here.
Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Once again, thank you, teacher Veronica and students for a wonderful presentation. So now may I request Ms. Nirmala Devi Kantaswamy from Malaysia to take over the floor. So Ms. Nirmala Devi Kantaswamy, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Selvam, for being the moderator for the fifth session. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who is tuning in from different parts of the globe. Good evening to Mr. Pramod Thube, the Director Founder of Life Skills Studio, Humane Happiness, Mr. Ricardo, Executive Director, Puerto Rico Chapter, UNA, USA, global educators and students. I'm delighted to present my journey in happiness journey. What makes me actually to join this journey is that the word happiness itself, because I'm a teacher who likes to what do I say? I'm a teacher who likes to leave happiness among my students in my lessons. So that is the reason, the actual reason that actually pulled me into joining this project, because of the word happiness, because I really want to know what is actually embedded in this project. And I'm very happy to tell that my students really enjoyed joining this project and doing all the activities that had been given to them. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, first of all, I just would like to introduce my school. I'm teaching in Malaysia in a state called Sabah. It is in East Malaysia. My school is SK St. Patrick. It is an urban, it is located in an urban area. The students are around 730 students, and this is the new normal in my school. Actually, the school was open for the past 3 weeks. It has been closed due to pandemic. The cases are increasing. So due to that, we are back to remote learning, and the students are learning online. These are my beautiful, cheerful ambassadors who are spreading happiness together with me for the past 3 months. I have 23 ambassadors. They are Wafa Wirdani, Damia, Darshini, Rebecca, Zaim, Azalia, Ernest, Kali, Risma, Brianna, Evie, Nicole, Frida, Tanish, Rex, Darren, Tivia, Kase, Farzana, Chris, Archana, Priyadarshini, and baby Sophia. She's the youngest in the group, and she just joined. Before this, she was helping her siblings, but then due to her interest, she joined the project just last month, and to my surprise, she completed all the activities within a very short period of time. And since the school is closed due to COVID-19, usually I engage my learners in Microsoft Teams, where my learners, each time they get the assignments, the tasks to do in 3 phases of this project, what I do is that practically every day I meet my learners, Malaysia time, for 1 to 2 p.m. in the afternoon, every day, Monday to Thursday. I engage my learners, and then I explain to them about the task. I want to know how are they doing. And then at the same time, being young learners, I really want to make sure they are doing things the right way, not to confuse them, not to ask them to do double work. And in a way that teaching online, actually, I feel like I need to meet my learners in order to communicate with them, so that, at least I have two-way communications. So my learners will be joining Microsoft Teams, and then whatever materials, let's say any of the learners are absent, I will upload the recordings in the Teams. If you can see here, I have the class for Humane Happiness in Microsoft Teams. So my learners 24/7, they can access to the files, to the recordings, or whatever explanation given. And they are very dedicated. They attend all the meetings, trainings done by Mr. Pramod, let it be for Wakelet, for Flipgrid, and the SDGs, activities. They are very attentive and they love to attend all the sessions. If they're absent, I always give them a channel where they can find the recordings, and I simplify for them any information, because I do not like to put things difficult for my learners. So along this journey, my learners, they learn how to, for your information, I have these 23 ambassadors. Most of them are not my students. So meaning to say, I meet them only this year. So due to pandemic, the school was closed, and then I meet them online. So there was no face-to-face communication. So all the engagements actually were done online, remotely. And I managed to see them for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then the school is closed. So due to that, I'm very thankful to them and their parents for being able to make things easy, and they're able to understand what I was trying to tell, and they were able to complete the work. So they were initially they were facing challenges in using Flipgrid and Wakelet, but towards the end they became the masters, and they're able to use not only Flipgrid and Wakelet. Along the journey, they were able to use some other Microsoft tools. And as what Mr. Pramod had been telling all of us, from the first day itself, when he launched the project on the 30th of January, he was explaining things. He was explaining reasons behind launching of this project. And I absolutely found that the discovery of happiness in each and every activities that he had been given to us. The first one, what I noticed is that we need to, as an educator during this difficult time, we need to know the wellness of the students. Knowing our happiness ambassadors is very important. At the same time, we as educators, we are inculcating skills in students, creating opportunities for students in contributing in social issues, and solve any issues, and also find solutions, and also inculcate good habits, good values among the students. And arts, which is found through origami, is a perfect way of showing kindness, love, not only for helping people, but also my learners, they were spreading kindness when they were celebrating the Earth Day recently, and also in many platforms, they were spreading this skills of teaching origami to other educators and also students around the globe. And also, this is very first time I'm introducing my students to SDGs. And also working towards SDGs is really an amazing field, because it is not inculcated in our syllabus, but being an educator, I've taken the responsibility through Humane Happiness to introduce SDGs to them. And my students are very much interested in SDGs, learning about SDGs. And I also noticed that in recent interview of Mr. Pramod a few days back, he mentioned that nicely, he said that this project really catering for knowing personal happiness, collective happiness, and at the same time, we are educating the students to give service. To give service, meaning to say to help others, let it be from the family members or society, for them to learn how are they going to achieve without giving any service. So giving service to an elderly person or in any other circumstances is actually very important to make sure that a person, the students learn something and find happiness. So for me, I really agree that this project is a wonderful project that taught my students to be happy, to spread happiness, and then to learn many life skills. Okay, this is one of the one of the activities that I really like the most, because my students are able to express their likes, dislikes, what was the happiest moment in their lives and all that. So by reading this diary entries, I found that my students actually, they have different likes and dislikes and what makes them happy. As an educator, I'm able to understand my students better. Okay, and one of the most impactful activities in Humane Happiness that I like the most, including my learners as well, is Happiness Spells Global Connection, where we have connected with many educators, many students from around the globe, locally and also around the globe. So we managed to spread, to show others the culture of Malaysia, our district, our state, tradition, food, people, festivals, school, and our language, our national language, Malay language, our anthem, national anthem, state anthem, and also our country's flags. So I think most of the people who travel together with us, they already know where is Malaysia located, where is Sabah located, and our food, culture, tradition, and etc. And I'm very proud to say that my ambassadors managed to demo a kind of mock virtual trip to 160 educators in Tawau districts. The educators are from elementary and high schools, English language teachers, where they really want to know how virtual trip is being done. So my students, for 40 minutes, they have carried out mini carnival, origami session, and also a virtual trip, how they are actually presenting virtually on a global platform. So my students became the presenters and moderators, and taught the teachers, shown to the teachers about how actually I'm collaborating with global educators with my students. And if you can see, these happy hearts are actually made by the educators in Tawau district. So I would say, as an English language teacher, it is a very, this is one of the best achievements in my career and also for my students. And actually they are very talented, but before this, maybe they were not exposed to this kind of collaborations. So due to that, nobody knows their talents. So after I brought them to Humane Happiness, there were so many activities they did, and I could see that they are so talented and their talents is just amazing. They can even run the show without me in any global platforms. And one of the elements that I really like, and I'm sure global educators also like, is that my students, they are being trained by a music teacher in school. So I make use of their talents in global platforms where we carry out mini carnivals. I'm sure those joined in the first session would have seen. And this idea of training my students, to perform playing musical instruments, whether ukulele, guitar, or drums, actually came from my global partner, Madam Aisha from UEA, and also Swati ma'am from India. The learning is a going on process, where as an educator, I used to collaborate with other educators using only PowerPoint or Sway. But then after I collaborated in Happiness Spell as a teacher, I learned that it is not really telling outside world using PowerPoint or any Sway presentations, but actually this kind of carnival can be done. So it is a great achievement for me as a teacher and also for my students to make use of their talents and to show to outside world about their talents. And my students are very happy in showing their talents. At least they're spreading acts of kindness in entertaining others as well. And this origami session was the climax of the project, where my student Tivia and Azalia, they were actually spreading to other educators and also teachers in Global Pals how to make this origami just within 5 minutes. And it is not only used to write a message, a pledge about kindness acts, but also in any of the celebration, let it be Mother's Day, Father's Day, World Earth Day, or any other important occasions that we are celebrating. Actually, this origami heart that they are making can be used and can be utilized. So spreading acts of kindness is one part, but actually they are spreading more than that. Recently for World Earth Day, they asked the students to make a heart origami, and then the students and the educators were asked to make pledges. So they wrote, many of them joined together. These are the global partners joined together, and then the students made pledges for saving the Mother Earth. And as I said, students really love to make this heart, and that it is being used for many other purposes. And this is the girl who always will carry out. Her name is Stevia. She's the one who will always train other global students in order to make this origami. And then another activity that I'm proud of my students is that out of school children activity and women in action activities, where my students managed to carry out online research, and they managed to come up with PowerPoint presentation, and then they presented in a prestige event that was conducted by Mr. Pramod. So they were able to execute the plan very well. So what I'm trying to say is that now my students are presenters, they are content creators, they're able to speak in English language, they learned all the life skills. And then at the same time, acts of kindness, since due to pandemic, I focus closely in my students doing the household chores, helping the parents at home, like washing the dishes, sweeping the floor, folding the clothes. And this is act of kindness done by my mentor school, Madam Jumiati. She's not around to present because she's having connectivity problem, but I'm very proud of her students, which I've shown my students as a role models for them, that the students every morning, they will be in the school, they will take the temperatures of other students, and then following the SOP, standard operating procedures in the school. And so this is something that I really want to implement among my students, but due to the school's closure, I'm unable to implement this. So that's why I would like to highlight to my students and everyone here, this is something done in my friend's school, which I'm very proud of. And then, so by making this origami and spreading happiness in Happiness Gold Pal Connection, my students learn to love and kind to themselves and also others. And one more important activity that I really like, and also my students, is that calculation ecological footprints, where they were able to get experience of answering a set of survey questions. And then after Mr. Pramod gave the data, they were able to come up with presentations, you know, so in a way that they were finding ways to save the Mother Earth. And I have, you know, along this journey, one of the most impactful thing that would have happened to me is that having beautiful people, beautiful friendship with all these people, Teacher Sumia, you know, Teacher Lisa, Teacher Madam Jumiati, and then these were the people who sponsored. Teacher Sumia, she was so kind enough to sponsor this bag for us in remembrance of Humane Happiness, and all of us are very sad that 3 months passed so fast. And Teacher Nolizawati sponsored these badges for us. And then we are so happy for getting beautiful people in our life along this journey. I would like to mention a few names before I end the presentation. I would like to thank personally Mr. Pramod Thube for giving us this golden opportunity to help Southeast Asia teachers together with Mr. Ruben Arumugam. And I came to know about a renowned senior educator, Madam Usha, Madam Kalyani, and then Madam Jumiati, Madam Sumia, Nolizawati, Swati Ma'am, Smita Ji, Alice Durgarian, Winnie, Taruna Ma'am, Corina Ma'am, Vatsala, Tamil Selvi, Kavi, Suwarna Ji, Bursha Ma'am. If any of you I've forgotten to mention, all of you are in my prayers. I'm very thankful to all these educators. They are ready for at any time to collaborate with me and my students. They will never say no. So I'm very happy that by joining this gigantic project, I'm able to get support locally and also globally. If anytime I'm trembling, there are so many people with me. I'm not traveling in this journey alone. I'm traveling with many people, many kind souls, and I'm very happy to be in this journey. Thank you so much, Mr. Pramod, for giving us this wonderful project. Thank you so much. That's all from me.
So
thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Nirmala Devi Kandaswamy, for an amazing work representation you have presented, and the experience and the knowledge and sharing what you have and your students got it through this particular project. It was really amazing to see the whole project, how it has went well. And of course, some of the major activities along with their normal studies also through the online remote and hybrid learning. And obviously, this is leading us to the global connection with all other part of the world, which we were not much known even. So now it is in our fingertips, and we are sharing a lot of things with the culture and tradition, as well as other aspects also we are sharing with the other students. So that is a golden opportunity for our students we can say that at this pandemic scenario given to our students. And of course, the dealings with the SDG knowledge definitely makes the younger generation to be more responsible to the nature as well as to the community. So that is also one of the biggest plus point you have pointed out. And service learning, that is one of the emerging field, removing from all other aspects, is going to come in the future. Of course, it is started in different panels, but even then it is going to establish in a very high way. So that is one of the best way to learn the life skills. So that is what we can call it as we are rolling back to the nature. So once again, I thank Nirmala ma'am for an amazing and wonderful presentation.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So now let's move on to our next presenter. So it's my pleasure to request teacher Veronica once again from Mexico to take over the floor. And I'm happy to see that language has no barrier now. So teacher Veronica, please take over the floor. It's yours.
Veronica, ¿lista?
Sí, lista, estoy aquí, ya empezamos.
Okay, let's go start.
Bueno, mi nombre es Verónica Leticia Ojeda Vega y represento a la escuela Julián Carrillo, que es una comunidad de 600 alumnos. Tenemos una situación precaria ahorita en México. Tenemos más de un año que no nos presentamos físicamente a la escuela. La comunicación y la educación ahorita es muy crítica en México. Más del 50% de los niños no cuentan con internet. A lo mejor ni un 10% poseen una computadora. Así que toda esta comunicación ha sido a través de WhatsApp y a través del empeño y el trabajo de 21 maestros que están a cargo de estos 600 niños.
Oh, hi, good morning. My name is Veronica Leticia Ojeda Vega. I work for a school, Julián Carrillo, in Mexico. We have 600 students, but in this time we have a lot of hard time to work with them because we have like a pandemic issues. And the majority of my kids don't have access to internet. So that one is very precarious situation in Mexico. And the only way we can communicate with them is by WhatsApp because only 10% of our students has computer systems right there.
Las actividades que yo presento han sido una adaptación debido a que nuestro instrumento funcional es el WhatsApp. Nosotros tenemos un grupo de Facebook cerrado que es por medio del cual nosotros tenemos comunicación con los padres de familia y con los niños. Pero la situación es difícil porque la mayoría de las madres trabaja todo el día. Entonces el único medio de comunicación es un teléfono que a veces no tiene altas capacidades y entonces la comunicación muchas veces los trabajos nos los mandan por la noche y así es como hemos estado desarrollando este proyecto.
Honestly, the education in Mexico is not functional because we have a lot of problems with internet issues. The majority of the parents are working. The only communication help we have is by the phone for WhatsApp. And sometimes the parents don't have enough credit in their phones. So it's very hard, but anyway, we're working with these difficulties. And I think we did a great job.
Esta actividad que me hace feliz ha sido muy significativa para nosotros, especialmente porque en estos momentos somos el segundo país a nivel mundial con más muerte de COVID. Entonces, hacernos esta pregunta en estos momentos ha impactado mucho a nuestros alumnos y las reflexiones que nos han dado los niños, principalmente de 6 años, pues han impactado a todos a darnos valor sobre las situaciones que estamos atravesando.
This activity, especially what made me happy and made me very happy, especially because we have very hard situation in Mexico right now, because it's considered, according with the statistics, the first country in the world with more death for COVID. So in this activity, I think we have very high impact, especially in kids of 6-year-olds, because they express the feelings, how they feel.
Quiero compartir en especial dos casos impactantes que nos dieron mucha vitalidad en dar valor a la vida. Una niña de 6 años nos compartió una carta donde ella mencionaba que el momento más feliz de su vida había sido que su papá estuvo enfermo de COVID, el cual fue hospitalizado. La niña tenía mucho miedo de que su papá no regresara. Entonces ella nos relata que un día tocaron a la puerta y abrió, y ver a su papá fue lo más grande y más significativo que tuvo en su vida.
This activity, it has two steps very significant and meaningful for me, especially because we can see the experience with our students, especially with one testimony we have about the one girl that his dad was very sick with COVID, and she expressed in the letter how she felt when she opened the door, and by surprise, she received his dad. When she opened the door, his dad was there. So that one was very, has very high impact on our kids. So this program helps so much.
Tenemos el caso de otra niña que ella nos comenta que su papá trabaja en Chile y solamente puede verlo escasamente unos días cada año en diciembre. Entonces ella nos cuenta que su día más feliz fue haber recibido este diciembre a su papá, pero pues también sintió mucha tristeza porque lo vio partir y nos manda una fotografía despidiendo a su papá en el aeropuerto. La niña nos relata que para ella fue muy difícil, que esos días no pudo salir y convivir fuera del contexto de su casa, pero sin embargo tuvo la presencia de su papá.
And the other case was with the one little girl, and she has a dad not present at home because he lives in Chile, in another country, and she was so sad. But when his dad came back, she can express the feeling, how she feels when his dad come back and saw her. Anyway, they were at home because of COVID, but she sent us the picture and expressed the feeling. So that one is this program has very high impact because she can express her own feelings about it.
Dentro de las actividades que también tuvieron mucho impacto para nosotros se encuentra la felicidad sustentable. Nuestras actividades tuvieron una difusión muy fuerte a nivel nacional por medio de dibujos de los niños y acciones que hicieron a través de la implementación de huertos urbanos en sus casas.
The other project that we already have is like a sustainable happiness. It's because the kids, they can express their own feelings with pictures or draws, and some actions like small gardeners and their own houses.
Quiero destacar que uno de estos trabajos, que es de la niña Kenia que participó en esta ponencia, tuvo mucho impacto, y ese dibujo logró canalizarnos con gente en Rumanía, las cuales nos mandaron un video de agradecimiento, y ellos también implementaron huertos dentro de sus casas y establecimos una comunicación muy fuerte con ellos.
One of those pictures was for Kenya, the little girl she talked before, and that one was very helpful for us because thank you by that we can connect Romania, and they sent us the thank you video, so we have very good collaboration with them and very good communication as well.
Estas campañas también las enfocamos hacia el cuidado del agua y especialmente en el Día de la Madre Tierra. Cabe destacar que a través de estos trabajos se crearon también alianzas con alumnos del estado de Quintana Roo en México, los cuales nos acaban de iniciar en el concepto de ecoladrillos, lo cual es una idea muy buena, y nuestros niños por primera ocasión están construyendo ecoladrillos con los cuales se pueden hacer construcciones como casas.
This project helped us to work as well with two different topics, very important topics about how we can take care about the water and about the word, the day for the word. And this project connect me, especially with the students for Yucatan, Quintana Roo, and Mexico. And they share with that one's help to create the project for to make houses with recycled items as well. So that one has very good collaboration with other students in Quintana Roo, Mexico too. ¿Qué más, Vero?
En la actividad de agradecimiento sucedió algo muy bello y fue que a través de recibir los videos y las imágenes de los jóvenes de Rumanía, un niño de 6 años tuvo la osadía de agradecerles por medio de esta carta que les muestro, donde el niño, a pesar que nosotros en nuestro contexto educativo no tenemos la materia de inglés, él por sus medios buscó cómo comunicarse con ellos y agradecerles pues todo el apoyo que nos brindaron al verse ellos sorprendidos con los trabajos de los niños y el impacto que los niños tuvieron, que sus trabajos tuvieron una voz no solamente en nuestro país, sino una voz en el mundo.
This project alone, one of the students, especially the 6-year-old and the elementary, and after that, he observed the collaborations they have with Romania, with all the projects that we have. He was able to make the letter by himself with no English at all, because we don't have access to English at all. And he find his own way to make his own letter with the own words by himself. So he expressed the thank you card for Romania, and that's a letter right there.
Otra actividad que tuvo mucho impacto dentro de nuestra comunidad Julián Carrillo son las conexiones. A través de las conexiones, los niños recibieron videollamadas, los pocos niños que pueden conectarse. Para ellos fue muy emocionante el escuchar otras voces y escuchar sus voces. Agradecemos mucho la ayuda que recibimos de la India a través del taller que tuvimos con Taruna Kapoor de yoga, el taller que tuvimos de origami con Kalyani Boletti. A su vez también tuvimos apoyo nacional con proyectos como la importancia de las plantas en nuestra vida, que fue dado a través de niños de secundaria del estado de Tlaxcala a nuestros niños. Y nosotros también pertenecemos al organismo de My World México, en los cuales estamos luchando para lograr las metas de los objetivos sostenibles, y se les dio un taller de huertos urbanos.
The other program that works so good as connections, because we spread the happiness with these projects around. We have collaboration with other students. One of them is like a school of Tlaxcala, and students from higher grades as well. And I want to mention that we are part of the My World Mexico, is like the school participants and United Nations. The ONU, I don't know, the ONU organization, United Nations organization. And we have the participation for the India with one beautiful person, Taruka Kapoor, who implement the folding paper or ergonomic with our students. So collaboration was very important for us.
Otra acción es Mi Mamá en Acción. Fue una actividad que fue muy importante para todos. Cabe mencionar que aquí una niña tuvo el valor de indicarnos que agradecía a su abuelita todo el aporte que le ha brindado, ya que su abuelita ahora tiene la función de ser su madre por la muerte de su mamá.
The other activity that causes very impact on our students is My Mom in Action. And this one I'm going to share. One of the students has express the feelings because she was supported by her grandma, and she can express how she feels and how she is thankful because she taking care of her after her mom died.
Dentro de los resultados, pues hemos tenido mucho impacto debido a la alianza que tuvimos con Rumanía. Se pudo hacer un foro de niños y adolescentes donde participó Colombia, Rumanía y nosotros México. Fue impactante ver que nuestra voz del cuidado del agua llegó a una región muy importante en México, que es el Río Bravo, donde los muchachos de preparatoria llevaron nuestra voz del cuidado del agua a través del Río Bravo.
The results for our pictures cause a very high impact and different countries, especially because we make the forum with 3 different countries like Colombia, Romania, and Mexico about how taking care about the water. And this one caused very impact, especially in the Bravo River. The Bravo River is in the middle for United States and Mexico. You know that? I'm gonna add that. And the students for Ciudad Juárez in Mexico, they made their own projects right there.
El impacto también que tuvo para nosotros el tener conciencia de la huella ecológica, porque no teníamos idea estadísticamente, por lo menos a nivel escuela, de la biocapacidad de recursos humanos que estamos gastando como ciudadanos mexicanos. Cada mexicano debería de consumir 1.1 biocapacidad de recursos, sin embargo estamos consumiendo 2.6, lo cual indica que estamos haciendo un gasto de nuestros recursos naturales mayor al doble. Entonces esto es muy, muy alarmante para nosotros. Ya nos ha ayudado para tomar conciencia.
Okay, she want to mention that this one causes very high impact, especially because in Mexico, they're spending too much money in 2.6 and natural resources. And that one, it causes very bad impact in the ecology. So with this project, she thinks that they hope to be conscious about this. What else, Vero?
Finalmente, quiero mencionarles que quizás esto parezca muy sencillo, pero es muy impactante para nosotros en México lograr que una escuela pública estén recibiendo los maestros capacitación socioemocional enfocado hacia la felicidad a través de recursos propios, pues es un gran logro para nosotros.
This one looks very simple, but for us it's very, very important because we consider this one causes very high impact, especially in Mexico, because now the government and school and public school, they're considered the social-emotional or happiness for one very helpful resource.
También abrimos las puertas para un proyecto nuevo debido a que somos el primer lugar en obesidad infantil en el mundo. El proyecto nuevo a emprender gracias al proyecto de la felicidad humana es cómo y dónde activarse con los niños.
Oh, perdón. She said they open as well the new project about happiness and how and when they can developing the best with this concept.
Y finalmente, pues agradecemos porque el proyecto La Felicidad Humana nos ha consolidado como comunidad de aprendizaje y está formando una identidad individual en cada uno de nuestros estudiantes, padres de familia y maestros para conformar la voz de la escuela Julián Carrillo que está impactando en nuestra comunidad, en nuestro país, en el mundo. Agradezco al señor Pramod y a todos ustedes, principalmente personas en la India que nos han ayudado y nos han apoyado. Agradezco a todos porque este proyecto ha sido hermoso. Gracias.
Finally, I want to say thank you for and done with this project because the happiness project is contribute too much, especially in Mexico, because we are working together with parents, family, and students. And thank you so much for Mr. Pramod because he implemented this program in the world. And thank you so much, everyone, too. Veronica is my friend forever and my high school friend. So I'm translating for her and I feel so happy to be part of this project as well. I'm preschool teacher in the United States too, but I never think this one caused too much impact in my life too. So thank you so
Y
much for your
finalmente,
kindness.
agradezco a mi amiga Marisela por habernos brindado esta oportunidad, porque sin ti no hubiéramos podido colaborar en este proyecto. Muchas gracias, Marisela.
She felt thankful with me too. And I feel thankful with her too. And thank you so much, everyone, for your attention.
Yeah. So thank you, teacher Veronica, and thanks for the wonderful translations too. And gracias, Veronica. I learned one word now. So it's a really an excellent representation you have brought up from Mexico. And it's really, for me also, it is an eye-opener to see more about the place and the constraints. Of course, we all are facing the constraints. So one of the best thing I noticed that the constraints by the pandemic made all of us to invent the different ways of communication to reach the people. So we try our best, and that is why now we all are together even here. So that is one of the positive things happened with the pandemic. And also glad to see how the children shows the enthusiasm to explore the different areas and to be more productive with their actions and the work and for their learning too. So once again, thank you, teacher Veronica, for the excellent work and the students' backup. So let's move on to our next level. So now, with pleasure, I would like to request Ms. Swati Bakshi from India to take over the floor for the presentation of our signature video, Happiness Unlimited. So Ms. Swati Bakshi, the floor is yours.
Sorry, sir. Before the signature video, my students have their presentation, which I suppose is the last presentation of this night. Is that so, Pramod sir, or is there any other presentation left?
No, there is no other plan. No plan B. We have
but for me, I didn't get it.
We have furnished children as showstoppers.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
All the
Pramod, volume is so low for you.
Okay, maybe. Okay. I'll take there. Okay, now the floor is yours, Fanlish, and you are the showstoppers.
Thank you, sir.
That encourages the children, and I guess a little bit of tensed too. So we have a very short presentation of just about 6 minutes where I asked the students to focus on the two activities which had influenced them the most. But of course, it's absolutely over to them, and they are going to tell you about it, what they enjoyed most. So Funlish, it's the last presentation of the night of this project. So it should happen well, and we are ready to listen to you.
Namaste. The students of Funlish India are honored and privileged to share their experience of their happiness journey with the revered guest of honor, Mr. Ricardo. Sir is founder and executive director of the Puerto Rico chapter of the UNA USA, a program of the United Nations Foundation. Hello everyone, I'm Shubhradeep Sheel.
And I'm Sandeep Sheel.
I am Tathagata Chakraborty.
I'm Oindrila Banerjee. And I'm Ishita Das from Funlish, India.
And today we have gathered here for the final evening of our educative and inspiring journey. We are extremely honored to be speaking about our time as ambassadors with the Humane Happiness. To work for a better tomorrow, happiness seemed to be a key element, and so came into existence our, that is, Funlish Happiness Ambassadors Group on the 7th of February 2021 with the simple motto, a journey with life skills towards the SDGs. These past 3 months, we have made progress towards the global goals through sharing our activities on platforms like Flipgrid and Wakelet. We have collaborated with schools across the globe, exchanged information and experiences about our respective countries. In addition to that, we have worked on global problems, brainstormed easy and manageable solutions, and raised awareness about the internalized and external issues existing in the society today. Through Humane Happiness, We have gotten over our obstacles for ourselves and together.
Having participated in all the 16 events, some of which were happiness survey, sound mind in sound body, happiness pals global connections, women in action survey, mothers in action, and many more such activities, we have gained more than we ever thought we would, especially the students discussion board, which were based on women in action survey and out of school students survey, and students discussion board on ecological footprint survey. The survey on ecological footprints was immensely educational. We came to know that we are going to need 3.5 Earths to sustain all the people in this world. While conducting surveys, we discovered that small actions can have such deep and enormous impact. For example, how manually pushing the flush lever after about 1.5 to 2 seconds can save as much as 8 liters of water per flush. We also came to know what cutting down on meat consumption can do for our planet. Information like how we currently use 350 million tons of meat per annum, whereas the protein requirements of 4 billion people are fulfilled by just 100 million tons, blew our minds.
As a woman in 21st century, student discussion board based on Women in Action survey moved me because it was as enriching as it was inspiring to see ambassadors as young as 6-year-olds speak passionately about gender equality and how we could possibly get there. Though we were restricted to our homes due to the COVID raging outside, this was the area that we conducted hands-on survey and even researched on. Moreover, we proposed solutions to these aspects and measures that could minimize these issues. Hence, this was the most impactful and moving activity for us. The enrichment and enjoyment it brought us is ineffable. The panel made it evident that being a woman of any age is stepping up and taking the seat that is rightfully ours. Both the panels inspired us to live a more ecologically sustainable life by cutting our meat intakes and realizing and correcting the small quips of internalized misogyny that overcome us sometimes.
Focusing on happiest moments of the day. For me, however, the happiest moments were taking care of the senior members of my family and the neighborhood during this pandemic when very often they were left without care. I did little things for them like making tea, checking their temperatures, giving medicine, or simply sitting and talking to them. But these simple acts filled my heart with so much joy as I have never found in anything else.
All throughout this very informative and interesting journey, we had helps without which we could not have made it here. So, last but not the least, we would like to thank everyone that aided our happiness journey. First, we have Mr. Pramod Thube sir, whose very vision made this possibility and the help he has rendered us all this while. Our facilitator, that is Swati ma'am, who has been her ever supporting self from introducing us to humane happiness to being there with us at every step of the way. We would like to thank all the facilitators we have met from all across the globe and every single of their ambassadors whose ideas, words, and arts have been inspirational and something we have learned from. We would like to thank the platforms in which we have had our exchanges, that is Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, and Zoom. The pictures and information that Google has had to offer made it possible for us to make our presentations. And finally, to United Nations for making the Sustainable Development Goals and programs for schools and students around the world, which united us in our missions in the first place. We have come a long way since we began our happiness journey, and we will continue on this path. Thank you.
That's it from us. That's how we plan to round up this journey. Now, Selvam sir, it's up to you, over to you.
Selvam, you are muted.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So great to hear the voice of ambassadors with the global goals in their mind. And I really appreciate how effectively you have brought out the things. And of course, assessing the ecological footprint to make more the life sustainable with the ecological aspects and live with the nature. And also the pandemic made us to live close with the family as well as the community. So this around 10 to 11 months time, we made a lot ahead than what we expected and what we couldn't even imagine. That's what happened. So wonderful experience you shared, and once again thanks for all of you. So now I would like to request Swati Bakshi to take over the floor.
Thank you, Selvam sir. So very warm greetings to our respected Ricardo sir and all guests of honor, all facilitators, all ambassadors. One last time, we are going to come up with our signature video. Having seen the wonderful presentation by our fascinating ambassadors and facilitators from all over the world, it is now time, which I have to say with a little regret, that we are finally coming to the close of the project, not of the happiness program, certainly. And before that, of course, we have the signature video, Happiness Unlimited, for you all. This is to remind ourselves and everyone else that the project may have come to an end, but the happiness we triggered off is to flow eternally. It is a dedication to our entire Humane Happiness family, the leader, the facilitators, the ambassadors, and everyone who has been in this journey with us, directly or indirectly. So before I hand it over to Nirmala ma'am to kindly share the video once more and for the last time, may I please request everyone to please use your headphones or earphones to enjoy it better. Thank you so much. Over to you, Nirmala ma'am.
Okay, Ji.
The spring of 2021 brought joys and colors fresh when Life Skills Studio started project Humane Happiness. Over 300 educators joined one young leader. They pledged to spread happiness with a band of ambassadors. Teachers, students, all alike learned to count their blessings. They showed how happiness could be found in little everyday things. In a span of just a few weeks, there were wonders that they did, either making someone happy or helping those in need. They brought joy to one and all, playing Good Samaritan role. In this way, they also kept up the UN global goals. Themselves realized the need of sound body and sound mind, taught also people around them to be loving, caring and kind, celebrated the mother's spirit and equality of gender, paid tribute to all women for being both strong and tender. The amazing phase was yet to start with Happiness Pals connection, when borders, time zones melted down before a swelling passion. Facilitators and their teams worked around the clock. By making pals across the globe, together did they rock. Learnt about each other's culture, custom and traditions. The happiness ambassadors now became a sensation. Time then came to move on to the next phase of the mission, and we were to embark on some awesome training sessions. Began it all with mindfulness, then brushed our wakelet skills, created happiness with Minecraft. Origami was pure thrill. Young ambassadors then were called to share their presentations. Came up they with awesome works, surveyed women in action. Soulful survey did they all on children out of school, shared their thoughtful solutions, brought forth some golden rule. Happy hearts of Kalyani ma'am were creating waves worldwide. Kids didn't just make paper hearts, their joy swelled like a tide. Happiness Pal Global Connection soared by night and day. May these fun-filled friendships of them stay is all that we pray. The first of last phase was to be the week of acts all kind. Our ambassadors taught the world that heart must guide the mind. Ecological footprints then we all calculated. Students again showed the world how earth need be protected. But all that start will have to end. This project too must sow. But the happiness it triggered off will continue to flow. And in this way, peace will grow, conflicts will become less. Together, let us salute once more. Mission Humane Happiness. Thank you so much. This was a tribute on behalf of all facilitators and ambassadors of the Humane Happiness Project to our dynamic, committed and dedicated leader, Mr. Pramod Thube. Thank you, sir, for creating this amazing platform, for taking us all through this amazing journey and teaching us once more to redefine happiness, to realize and understand what true happiness is all about. Thank you once again. Our heartfelt gratitude and regards.
Okay. So thank you, Swati ma'am, for the wonderful video of unlimited happiness. And it was a really inspiring video for all of us. And so let's take this opportunity to pledge to spread happiness to all over without borders. And once again, thank you for all. And so now let's move on to the next level. So I would like to humbly request our guest of honor, Mr. Ricardo, the Executive Director, UNA USA, to take over the floor to share his reflections. So, sir, the floor is yours. Please.
Thank you so much. Quite an emotional video, quite an emotional project that you guys are participating in. I am delighted. It's indeed an honor to be with you today. I came to learn, not to teach, and I certainly have learned a lot during the past 2 hours. I know it has been a very long day for all the organizers, and that we are indeed through so many time zones around the world. But as the video pointed out, this project has dissolved those time zones. This global network that you have all created, it's truly a great example of how to advance the SDGs all over the world. It's great that I don't have to explain to you the importance of the Sustainable Development Goals, because you are putting them in practice. As Professor Carmen Olmo, who connected me to Pramod Thube, the essence of the Sustainable Development Goals, what this framework direct us towards, is the happiness of all the people in the world. So it is so important, this project, and it's so important also for the United Nations, that the organization did not only establish an international date on March 20th, but also it promotes and develops the happiness report, the World Happiness Report. So it's very important to scientifically measure the work that you're doing. So I cannot stress enough how incredible of a work you're doing, and how your work needs to be shared throughout our planet. And we all certainly share not only that we are part of the human species, but also it doesn't matter if we are in India, in Mexico, Tunisia, Romania, Malaysia, or Puerto Rico. We all share the same challenges: economic, social, and environmental. So this is why it's so important, this network that you have all created, and how you're using technology to advance the Sustainable Development Goals. We have all learned that video conferencing has brought us closer, and this is a great example how we are working through so many time zones in our planet to gather here today. I am also enthusiastic about how you are collaborating with Microsoft as its founder. Bill Gates is truly a person that is helping through his foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, to advance the SDGs throughout the world, and doing so in collaboration with our partner organization, parent organization, which is the United Nations Foundation. So once again, in this decade of action towards the Sustainable Development Goals from 2021 to 2030, I just want to say in closing that you have my absolute support, and I am going to work closely with Pramod to see how we involve this project, Life Skills Studios, and the work that you're doing, and the youngsters and the new generation that is working in this project, to make it known throughout the world. The United Nations is looking for this kind of concrete examples on how to advance the SDGs, as it's an incredible representation of the beginning of the Charter of the United Nations. And it's we, the peoples of the United Nations. So that's what I have witnessed today. I am certainly impacted by your work. And once again, an honor and privilege to be with you all tonight So kudos for your great initiatives, and you have one additional supporter and ambassador here in Puerto Rico. So once again, thank you so much for an incredible and delightful experience.
Thank you, Sir Ricardo, for your wonderful and energizing word to all of us, and especially to encourage our younger generation to spread the goals of SDG. So thank you once again on behalf of all of us for your valuable time and your words. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
So now we are moving to almost the end of the session. So it's my pleasure to request our young, energetic personality, Mr. Pramod Thube, founder and director for the Life Skill Studio India, to convey the vote of thanks for today's session. So, Mr. Pramod, please take over the floor.
Thank you so much, Selvam. Today is the most memorable day of my life because we are sitting here for last 10 hours, but it seems that we have just started the event because we have seen so many creative works, and it's been fabulous. Like, we have enjoyed it almost. So I'm here to propose my vote of thanks, and it's my utmost pleasure to do that because all the ambassadors and facilitators, they have worked literally day and night to make the project a success. And our guest of honor, Mr. Ricardo, I thank him for all the help that he is going to extend to us. For reaching out to different organizations to let them know that what different so many students and facilitators are doing and have been doing from 41 different countries, because you have done a fabulous job. So it needs to be highlighted. It needs to be reached out to people. Because then only you'll have the the real impact of the project. So thank you so much, Mr. Ricardo, for joining in today. And again, thank you, Carmen, because all the unconditional help that you have extended, the support you have extended. Then Nirmala ji, then Swati ji, without you, this wouldn't have been possible, actually. Our moderator of the 5th session, Mr. Selvam Arnath from Maldives. Then all the adorable ambassadors and lovely facilitators. You have been strength, actually, of all, like for me, you have been the strength, because without you, this wouldn't have been possible. One of the educators cried in the 2nd session, I suppose, because now we are on the we are going to the project is to be going over, but certainly we will stay in, we'll connect with each other, stay in connection. So not to worry about it. And I think the mission has just started. We have long way to go. This was just for 3 months, 3 little months. We have very lots of things to do. So certainly we will be in touch. And for Veronica, I really wanted to say her thank you so much, Veronica, because since the beginning, she was contacting me, but because of the language, she was not able to tell me what she wants to tell, and I was not able to. We took support of the online translators, but then there was a limit. So today I would like to say thank you to Veronica from bottom of my heart. Could you please translate this to her, that I really appreciate her, because though there was a language barrier, she did not give up. She kept on trying. She kept on connecting in the Global Pulse connection. She did everything. She requested that the situation is very bad in Mexico and we need such kind of project. And she, followed it up and made it to the final Humane Happiness Arts celebration. So really hats off to her spirit. So please tell her that whatever I said just now, please.
Veronica, I feel so happy because he made very good. He talked very good about you. Él está diciendo, Vero, que agradece mucho y todo lo que tú estás haciendo porque no tienes límites para comunicarte con ellos por medio de mí o por medio de ti misma. Y él te lo agradece mucho. Okay. And I feel so happy to be here too because this project is wonderful.
Quiero agradecerles inmensamente porque ya me hizo llorar, sí entendí lo que me dijo, puse mi traductor, entonces sí entendí lo que me dijo y pues yo agradezco porque tengo años emocionada por lo que es el impacto en el aprendizaje de lo que es llevar las emociones, lo socioemocional en los niños. Entonces, para mí ha sido fantástico. Yo no tengo palabras para agradecerles a todos, a Carmen, a Pramod, a todos, a ti, Marisela, porque esto no es mío, son muchos niños que han dado eco a su voz y esos niños han vibrado porque han visto que su trabajo tiene impacto. Así que muchas gracias.
Oh, okay. Mr. Prom, you made her cry. That's not okay. No, she's very happy to hear what you say. She said she understands everything because she puts the translator, then the system, and she catch everything you say. So she's very happy about it. So that's the cause happening. So she feels so happy about it, but you made her cry. I'm kidding. No, and she's so happy about it. And she said that one is not her project. It's part of the project of their kids because they feel very comfortable with this. And so she feels so happy about it. That's the only thing I can say. And that's part of the project, happiness around the world, right? So I don't want to say nothing. Only thank you so much for the opportunity to give me Veronica to be here, because I like people like you guys. They input something in my life, and I'm gonna practice in my school too. They don't allow me because they have kids for foster care, and we can post nothing about them because they come from very bad background, like child abuse or neglect. So we can post nothing about them, but this program is going to help me definitely. So how implement strategies inside of the classrooms too. So thank you for present these wonderful presentations for me, because increase my ability to be better teacher too. Better person, that's the most important, be better person, and then we can be teachers, lawyers, or whatever we need to do in the life. So thank you so much, everyone. And I live in California, I don't live in Mexico, but I have the very good relationship with Veronica. That's my partner forever. And so probably you can see me again, but and have a wonderful weekend. And that's it. I'm going to say nothing else.
Thank you so much for the translation and for all your remarks. And we have just started the family, and we are going to extend it year by year. So thank you so much again from bottom of my heart. And that's it. I think nobody wants to leave the room. Carmen and Mr. Ricardo, thank you so much. You are unconditional support. You are spreading the word of Humane Happiness and Life Skill Studio in Puerto Rico without letting me know. Carmen and Mr. Ricardo is telling about the project everywhere they go, like public functions and all. And this is the unconditional support. And what can we expect much? So I have got a very good team of supporters. May it be technical, may it be theoretical, or any kind of support. So I'm very lucky, very fortunate to have such kind of team, and that's why the project is making waves. And still we will come up with new additions, and hope that you all will be there to support to to guide, and that's it for today. Thank you so much. Over to you, Selva.
Well, so it was really a wonderful session went off, and a lot of hopes arising from this one. And as I would say, thanks to Pramod to invite me to such a big family. And as it is that we all don't want to leave from here now, because we want to continue it. That's what I can see everybody's face now, but there is no other chance. Now we have to leave, but we will be continuing this one in future, and continuity will be there. So once again, from my bottom of heart, thanks all of you, and especially to Ricardo sir for his valuable time to sit the whole program and listen and give his valuable encouragement words to us. So thank you, sir, once again for your time and words. And thank you all of you. So
one more thing on the camera, so that we can take a group photo.
Group photo.
Yeah, everyone, please turn on your cameras, please. We take a group photo. Okay. Okay, hang on a minute. Okay, smile, everybody. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here in Malaysia. Okay, one more. Hang on. Okay, one more photo. Say cheese. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
So thank you all of you. So let's say for the close of the session, Pramod, is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Nirmala Devi, we don't mind if you close your doors.
Okay, sure, I will.
Okay,
I'll stop the recording.
Bye-bye.